Alan Hansen was at the top of his game, almost a legend, until one day his entire career came crashing down with one awful knee injury. This is the story of how one moment can change everything in football. Meet Alan David Hansen, born on a sunny day in June 1955 in Sauchie, Scotland. For anyone who's wondering, Alan's not just any former footballer. He's one of the greatest players in Scotland and a sharp football pundit known for his bold opinions on television. But how did this happen? Well, Alan grew up near Lornshill Academy, rooting for Rangers and dreaming of a future in sports. He wasn't just about football, though. As a kid, he played for Sauchie Juniors and even had a run-in with a volleyball that left him with a scar. For a while, Alan focused on golf, hoping to go pro. But football called him back, and at 17, he was approached by Hibernian to play for them, but our legend denied them straight away. Why? Well, it's because he thought he'd never get to play golf again because of this huge commitment. Now, unlike how he first acted, Alan's mind completely flipped. Why? Well, because Alan wasn't into college, and that's why he chose to play football like his brother John anyway. He joined Partick Thistle and even worked a boring office job for a bit, but his heart was always on the field. He'd already seen the thrill of victory when he watched his brother help Partick Thistle destroy Celtic in the 1971 Scottish League Cup final. Alan's talent didn't go unnoticed, and in 1977 he got the call to join Liverpool. This move was huge for him, and he even got a new nickname, Jockey, ditching his old one, Stretch, which he never liked. Alan's time at Liverpool was awesome as he became a key player in their super successful team during the late 70s and 80s. Soon after this, Alan Hansen was a big signing for Liverpool, costing them $100,000. He quickly made his mark by scoring his first goal in a big 5-1 win against Dynamo Dresden in the European Cup, which is honestly crazy. Initially, Hansen wasn't always in the starting lineup and missed the 1978 League Cup final, but he did play in the European Cup final that year, where Liverpool beat FC Bruges 1-0 thanks to a goal from Kenny Dalglish. Over the next few seasons, Hansen became a key player for Liverpool, especially after Emlyn Hughes left the club. Liverpool was on top of their game during this period, winning league titles and setting records. They even won their first League Cup in 1981 by beating West Ham, and Hansen picked up another European Cup winners' medal by defeating Real Madrid. Now, fast forward a little, and the early 1980s were golden for Liverpool as they continued to win more league titles and cups. However, they stumbled a bit in 1982 in the European Cup, losing to CSKA Sofia. Under managers Bob Paisley and later Joe Fagan, Liverpool kept winning, including snagging a treble in 1984. But after all this effort, Hansen found himself in a controversial moment during the League Cup final against Everton, where he was accused of a handball, but no penalty was given. Good for Alan, though. But you know what's not good at all? 99% of you watch these videos without subscribing to this channel, which is sad to be honest. Please give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it and subscribe for more such content. It really keeps us motivated. Moving forward, the 1985 season was overshadowed by the sad Heysel Stadium disaster during the European Cup final against Juventus, which led to English clubs being banned from European competitions. After this, Joe Fagan retired, and Kenny Dalglish took over, making Hansen the team captain, and under his captaincy, Liverpool achieved a rare double in 1986, winning both the league and FA Cup. But hey, Liverpool faced some tough times too, like losing to Wimbledon in the 1988 FA Cup final and Hansen struggling with a knee injury, which limited his playtime. Despite these challenges, Liverpool kept fighting, winning another FA Cup in 1989. So far, so good, right? Meanwhile, Alan's knee was anything but good. Alan Hansen's knee problems started back in the 1970s and 80s when he was a professional footballer. His right knee was the main troublemaker, suffering several injuries that required multiple surgeries over the years. Imagine trying to play top-level football with a broken knee. Of course not ideal. These constant knee issues meant that Alan couldn't always play as much as he wanted, but even with that setback, he still managed to have a brilliant career, winning 8 First Division titles, 3 European Cups and 2 FA Cups with Liverpool. Talk about determination. Sadly, the knee problems didn't disappear when he retired in 1991. In fact, it got worse. He developed arthritis in that same knee, a common issue for ex-athletes, and from there on, everything went south for him. Alan has been pretty open about his knee troubles in interviews over the years. He's talked about how he's put off getting a knee replacement because he doesn't want to go through another surgery unless it's absolutely necessary. Even though the arthritis causes him pain and discomfort, Alan hasn't let it get him down. He still tries to stay active and doesn't let it stop him from enjoying life. He's a great example of how you can still live your life to the fullest, even with a bit of a bum knee. Then in 1992, Alan Hansen had the opportunity to manage Huddersfield Town, but decided against it. A couple of years later, after Liverpool fired their manager Graham Souness, rumours swirled that Hansen might step in. However, Hansen wasn't interested in managing, a decision he stuck to even when Manchester City offered him a job in 1995. After retiring from football in 1991, Hansen planned to take a break. When he realised he wasn't getting any calls, he reached out to TV networks and quickly landed a job with Sky Television as a football pundit. His insights were so on point that the BBC soon brought him on board. For the next 22 years, Hansen became a staple on BBC's Match of the Day, known for his calm, analytical commentary, especially critical of poor defensive plays and lacklustre team efforts. In 2013, Hansen announced he would retire from Match of the Day after the 2014 FIFA World Cup. His final sign-off from the show was in May 2014, marking the end of a long and respected broadcasting career. However, Hansen's career wasn't without its controversies. For example, he once made a poor choice of words during a World Cup commentary. Shortly after the tragic death of Colombian player Andrés Escobar, the BBC apologised for the remark. In 2011, he stirred up some controversy on Match of the Day by using the term coloured to refer to black footballers, which led to a fair amount of criticism. Hansen apologised the next day, saying he regretted any offence his words might have caused. He was very sorry for this actually, and I think that is what matters at the end of the day. Overall, Alan Hansen's football career had its ups and downs. He was a star player for Liverpool, but a bad knee injury ended his time on the field too soon. Even after he retired, the injury kept causing him problems. But Hansen didn't let that stop him from staying involved in the game he loved. He went from playing football to talking about it on TV, and he was really good at it. He became known for his smart comments and tough critiques. Fans loved how knowledgeable he was. Hansen's story shows how quickly things can change in sports. One injury can change everything, but it also shows how you can adapt and find new ways to keep your passion alive. Even though he couldn't play anymore, Hansen found a way to stay connected to football and keep inspiring fans. He turned his experience into wisdom and shared it with the world, proving that your love for the game can live on in many forms. So, what do you think about Alan? Let us know in the comments section below, and we'll see you tomorrow.